What's up YouTube? It's Peter with the Outdoor Adventures channel. Today I wanted to post a little bit of a video around some of the maintenance that we need to do on our rigs. When I got my lift kit, I didn't realize it, but you actually have to maintain your lift kit. So I was so excited at the shop to get it, and had the new 35s on, and I just wanted to get it out of there and go put some miles on it. And so the guy had said, hey, you need to grease your lift kit every 5,000 miles with your oil change. I didn't really ask any questions. I didn't want to feel like I didn't know what I was doing. So I kind of took off, and so about 5,000 miles later, I started thinking, I really need to handle that maintenance to help with the longevity of my lift kit. So what do I need to do? So I started looking around, and I really didn't find a lot on it, and it's kind of basic, and a lot of people really probably already know how to do this, but I thought I'd post this content just to help out people that might not. So on my Teraflex lift kit, I have to grease the sway bar links, the lower control arms, the upper control arms, and then I also have the Teraflex HD ball joints, which need a greasing about every 5,000 miles. And then while I'm rolling under the Jeep, I actually do the hinge for my tailgate as well. Super basic tools to do this job. It's just a grease gun, which you can get at like Harbor Freight for 20 bucks. I bought an extra grease gun tip that allows me to kind of swivel and use some of the angles on it. Definitely wear a pair of gloves. You get very greasy and oily doing this job. And then you can see I have some of the extra grease port fittings, and I kind of keep them around because I have had a few snap on me when I've tried to remove the grease gun from it. So it's nice to have a couple extras. It's tough to film underneath the Jeep and get my hands and the grease gun and everything close to these fittings. So this is a quick run through of what the fittings look like and where you can find them. This would be the fitting for the sway bar link, which is right by your tie rod ends. This is the fitting for the front lower control arm. This is the fitting for the upper rear control arm. And this one is the top ball joint. And then this one is the lower ball joint. And the fitting is pointing right at us. There's actually two on this ball joint. All right, so we'll start with the upper control arms in the rear of the vehicle. There's a grease port you can barely see kind of right here. As you get started, I really recommend wearing gloves. There's no such thing as a clean grease job. So all we're gonna do is hook up to that with our grease gun and get it a couple pumps here. And then once I start to see grease coming out, I think we're pretty good. And so that's it for the rear. Now let's move over to the front. So now this is the grease port for the sway bar link here. So we'll hook onto that guy, and same thing, we'll give it a little bit of a pump. And I did this pretty recently, so it's not taking much. And once I've got that, then I'm feeling pretty good about that. We can move over to our ball joints. So the ball joints are gonna be up here, there's a grease port. And then on this side, there's two for the ball joint that's right underneath here. All right, so now we're looking at the top ball joint. So we'll get our gun on there and give that one a pump. I did this pretty recently, so it's not gonna take a lot. All right, and I like to clean it off. So that's the top ball joint. All right, now we're looking at the lower ball joint here, which actually has two grease ports. But we're just gonna use this one right here and give it a pump. All right, great, looking good there. Now, right here is our lower front control arm, and this grease fitting I would probably need to replace, only because I can't really reach it. I've gotten lucky in that I've had to go to the shop for new tires and different things along the way as I've been out on the trails, and so I usually have them do this one for me, but there's really no way for me to get a grease gun in here. So I'll probably take one of those fittings from the beginning of the video that you saw and put on a right angle so that I can access it a little more easily. For any of you that have the Smittybily Gen 2 tire carrier, it has a grease port for the swing gate as well, and I like to keep that greased up. So I usually do that at the same time that I'm doing my lift and my ball joints. It really makes the tailgate stay nice and smooth and has a nice action to it. So let's get on that. All right, a couple pumps here. Should be good. All right, now it's just time to get cleaned up. So I start in the front, do all the fittings up there, Then I move to the back and do those two and the tire carrier, and then I come back around behind myself and clean it all off. So as you can see from that time lapse, it's a pretty quick process. Maybe 7 or 8 minutes will get you all the grease fittings underneath the Jeep. So a pretty small time investment, but a really good investment for your lift kit. It'll add some longevity, keep everything working smoothly, and over time really pay itself off. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. We've got plenty more content coming your way. Till next time.